Just a half block off Garrison Avenue, an arched entrance adorned with cream glazed tile was the entry to a grand theater that was to entertain Fort Smith for more than 50 years, first with live theatrical performances and then from the silver screen. Hundreds turned out on opening night, September 30th, 1911, filling 10th Street and Garrison Avenue with carriages of the swells who could afford the $10 ticket to enter the new theater for the first time. Those lucky ticket holders entered through a narrow lobby and turned right into a large, brilliantly lit auditorium decorated by the Chicago firm Mitchell & Halbach that featured Art Nouveau designs awash in a sea of ivory, lavender, green, gold and pink, a vast curved ceiling of rose red, and green imitation leather seats on the main floor. The new theater had a capacity for more than 1,000 patrons. The theater was designed by the Kansas City architectural firm Bowler & Bowler. The Bowler brothers designed almost 100 theaters throughout the Midwest, many still standing today. Their Fort Smith commission was a result of a 1903 trip to New York City by First National Bank President George T. Sparks, where he had enjoyed attending the Bowler-designed New Amsterdam Theater. Sparks was so impressed, he made plans to build a similar theater in Fort Smith. When a shipwreck off the coast of California in 1907 cost Sparks his life, the trustees of his estate decided to complete his theater to provide income for his orphaned children. The theater had an orchestra pit and 2 balconies. The top balcony was the peanut gallery, or cheap seats. The decorative fire curtain manufactured by Toomey and Volland was hand-painted with a scene from Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, probably like this one hanging in the 1915 Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas. The same theatrical booking agency shared with the New Amsterdam, Claw and Erlanger, provided the opening bill, a play entitled The Third Degree, with Hammer's orchestra performing the background music. The crowd pleaser was probably Lou Dockstatter's Minstrels featuring Neil O'Brien. Originally built as a theatrical playhouse, the new theater was also home to vaudeville shows, local live performances, lectures, and soon silent films, accompanied by an orchestra conducted by Percy Darby, father of General William O. Darby, founder of the Darby Rangers. In response to the dreadful Spanish flu epidemic of 1919, the new theater was closed for the installation of a modern, fresh-air ventilation system in 1920. In 1922, the beautiful Peacock Alley was built to give the new theater an elegant Garrison Avenue entrance. The long, mall-like hallway contained a confectionery and other shops catering to young, social theater goers. A Wurlitzer Hope Jones Theater organ was installed in 1927, and with the completion of a $20,000 rewiring, the talkies came to the new theater in 1929. Fighting the effects of the Great Depression, the new theater was remodeled in 1931. Water-cooled air conditioning was installed in 1935. Because Fort Smith was situated on railways between St. Louis, Kansas City, and Dallas, many stars rested for the night at the Goldman Hotel and picked up some pocket change by making personal appearances at the new theater. Actor George Arliss, the notorious girl in the Red Velvet Swing, Evelyn Nesbit Thaw, film stars Mary Astor, Rosalind Russell, and little Shirley Temple graced the stage. In 1942, longtime manager Chauncey Lick sold the new theater to the Malco Theater chain of Memphis, who streamlined the interior with an Art Deco style. The renamed Malco Theater enjoyed great success along with the Temple Theater, leased by Malco on North 11th Street from the 1940s through the 60s. Before desegregation, African American theater patrons were relegated to seating in the top balcony and used a separate entrance leading upstairs. With the introduction of the multi-screen movie theaters in the 1970s, the Malco declined, showing heavily edited XXX movies before closing for good at the end of the decade. Though vacant for many years, several private owners and a non-profit group have stabilized and preserved the structure in hopes of a future restoration.